welcome Mr. Mark Premier here this morning.
Oh, thank you, Rob, and good morning, everybody. Very kind words of introduction, as always. I'm grateful for that. We were asked at one point during the week to give a bit of an explanation that compares and contrasts traditional Chinese medicine and the Western medicinal approach. So we'll talk about that a little bit today. Before I even begin that, I did want to answer one specific question that has a very easy answer to it. During the week, somebody asked about halal certification for the products. And so I did check with the company, and they said, yes, their entire product line is halal certified, but they're in the midst of a bit of a transition. They are switching from certification by the Chinese Islamic Association in favor of the Shandong Province Islamic Association. And every organization that offers certification has their own particular seal that they allow those that have been certified to apply to their products. And the reason why we do not yet see the new seal on the product is that the company just has not yet printed the new labels. They just do want to reassure everybody who is concerned about the issue that the entire product line from INFINITUS is halal certified. Now, let's talk a little bit about the compare and contrast between the two paradigms of treating people. The TCM, the traditional Chinese medicine tradition, has existed for thousands of years. So keep in mind the state of the world at that time. There wasn't much going on in the world at that time in the way of science. Instead, what people had to offer was the power of observation. And this is really how TCM did come to be. Traditional Chinese medicine has a long-standing history that goes back 3,000 years, even longer, during which tens of thousands of practitioners have treated millions of patients over the course of dozens of centuries. This is very powerful stuff. These are not casual observers. These are professional healthcare practitioners who do their best to understand the way the human body works. And the Western outlook on things has a way of looking at finer and finer objects all the time. You know, the West started out by looking at organs, the heart, the liver, the kidneys, the spleen, the lungs, because when Western medicine was originating a few centuries ago in Europe, again, not much going on in the world of science apart from the powers of observation. So early in the game, Western medicine as well as TCM realized that the heart was essentially a pump, that the brain was the body's source of mental activity, that the liver was primarily an organ used for cleansing and detoxification, and that communication amongst all of these various body systems was conducted by the nervous system. That was recognized by both paradigms, that molecules were transported amongst the various systems by the circulatory system. You know, there are those who say traditional Chinese medicinal practitioners did not engage in autopsies. They never did much in terms of surgery or dissection. That's not really the case. I mean, TCM practitioners were educated in these things. They did have the opportunity to observe the inner workings of the human body. But TCM evolved in such a way that they never went beyond looking at organs. So TCM focuses on harmonizing the functions of the various organs. Western science went on a little bit further to say, now we have microscopes, now we have chemistry that allows us to investigate beyond just the organs. We can look at the individual tissues within the organs. That is called histology, where Western medicine studies, bits of tissue as opposed to entire organs. Western medicine has gone a little bit further to look at the activity of cells, which comprise organs. So with the study of biochemistry, they've looked at what happens at the cellular level. Western medicine even goes a stage beyond that to look at what happens at the molecular level, and that's not the sort of thing you really hear from a practitioner of TCM. They tend to focus on the harmony of the organs. So TCM created the concept of qi, and the body's vital energy that flows through all of us. It permeates our organs, it connects our organs, and qi properly enhanced during the day will harmonize the organs. So TCM does have remedies that treat specific ailments, but Infinitus has chosen the portion of TCM that focuses on wellness. The products we make available focus on just that. We're not trying to cure you of any illness. We are saying strengthen your body system, harmonize your body system, and so be well as a result. You know, if you ask a TCM practitioner for a product that will give you wellness, they will have a tabletop full of things to say, oh yes, wellness of what? Wellness of your heart, here's your product. Wellness of your spleen, here's your product. You know, wellness of your entire organism, then here are your products. If you go to a Western-trained doctor and say, doctor, I know that you focus every day on treating illness. My outlook's a little bit different. What do you suggest to keep me well? Most likely the doctor will recommend a protein shake that's got some vitamins and minerals in it, which is a good thing. I mean, those things are all helpful to all of us. But I'm sure that if you approached a Western doctor and said, what can I take, doctor, to keep my liver well, they wouldn't understand the question. So TCM has that difference. By enhancing qi to create wellness amongst your organs, you remain well. Western medicine looks much more closely at the chemistry of the body. It's reasonably effective at treating illness, but it doesn't really focus on wellness. It leaves that up to us as individuals to attend to for ourselves. And therein are some of the differences and some of the similarities between the two paradigms. When I look closely at it, the similarities are remarkable. The differences aren't that great. It's really just a way of taking a slightly different approach and treating people accordingly. So let's go on now and look at all 5 products that we have available to us in Canada and the products that we are certainly able to ship into the United States. Now, it was felt that presenting them all at once will show how these are team players. And I would like to lead that portion of the conversation by saying all of these products work together. There are no products within this lineup that you can take that will oppose the influence of any of the other products within this lineup. They all support one another. They're all there to create harmony. And how do they then go about it? Well, let's look at the lineup product by product and begin with premium nutrients for better health. As you've all seen, every one of these products except dried tangerine peel PU'ER tea is a combination product. They involve many herbs. And these are products that evolved over the course of many centuries, always with one principal herb, then with supporting herbs, and then with herbs that support the supporting herbs. And in this way, we achieve the harmony we're looking for. Premium Nutrients is Infinitus' best-selling product. I think they're always keen to make the point that if you line up end-to-end the number of bottles that they've sold of Premium Nutrients since it was launched, it would go around the world 4 times. So, billions of bottles of Premium Nutrients for better health, because this is truly a core product we should all take. It is the body's quarterback or the head coach. This is the one that creates harmony amongst all of the body's systems. It cannot do that complete task on its own, and so it is necessary then to take other products. We have the core of wellness starting to be attended to with Premium Nutrients for better health, but then in order to enhance the immune system, we have Royal Lingji Plus, and this is the product primarily based in all the medicinal mushrooms that we've been talking about through the weeks. This is the one that creates the situation in which the immune system vigilance is enhanced. It prevents us from becoming ill with invading pathogens. Now, this is the product that is there to support immunity, which permeates every part of the body. Next, we have dried tangerine peel PU'ER tea. And there are 2 principal functions of this product. One is to assist digestion. Again, another not localized aspect of the body. Digestion relates to every other aspect of our human entity and physiology. We must have optimal digestion for the rest of our systems to work properly. So PU'ER tea is an aid to digestion, but it is also an aid to developing a sense of calmness. I mean, everybody in this modern world will tell you how stressed out they are, that stress is a contributing factor to everything else that makes them ill. a sense of calmness contributes to overall well-being. So in combination with the rest of the products where we establish the vital force within the body and strengthen the qi, where we enhance the immunity, adding a sense of calmness can only be good for this purpose. We go beyond that and say stress is more than just being calm each day. Stress is a major factor in everything that can make us ill. So we then introduce Schizandra Plus. And Schizandra is known as an adaptogenic herb, which is functioning primarily as an agent that relieves stress. It helps the body to reduce its level of cortisol, which is the body's stress hormone. So the calmness offered by PU'ER tea is fortified by Schizandra Plus, acting at the cellular level to relieve the effects of stress. And then we get to B Circulation Aid. This is the product that is here for us to support cognition and support peripheral circulation. How does it do that? Well, there are two principal ingredients within that attend to those functions. The first is the perilla oil, which helps remove fats from the blood system. So again, in support of the PU'ER tea, which begins that process of digestion and clearing out debris from our arteries, B circulation helps in that regard. It also contains ginkgo biloba in extract form with the optimal ingredients in the right ratio that provides for enhanced cognition, and the cognition functions are enhanced by virtue of relieving difficulties with the circulatory system. There are thousands, truly thousands of studies that have been conducted on extracts of ginkgo biloba leaf that support the enhancement of cognition maintenance of peripheral circulation, and therefore we have a unified set of products that, taken all together, only enhance all of the body's functions. Again, none of them work against each other. They all work in support of each other. So that is our preliminary review of the products. Many other questions have been asked. I'll get to them over the coming weeks. There was one more question that was asked about manufacturing, and because it's a short answer, I'll offer it this time to conclude my comments for the week. It says, Royal Lingji Plus. The other products are labeled as made in China. This product is labeled as made in Malaysia. Could Mark discuss INFINITUS' manufacturing locations? Well, certainly, that's easy enough. Yes, this product is made in Malaysia, but we're looking at a company that is tremendously resourceful. And this is a company that controls their ingredients from the ground through the cleaning process, through the manufacturing process, through the labeling process and the promotion process. As it turns out, they have more than one manufacturing facility. Sales with the company are so strong that it cannot be handled simply with one manufacturing facility. They have a few such facilities in China. They have others in Malaysia. And keep in mind that for the purpose of selling these products in Canada, part of my obligation as quality assurance manager is to make sure that standards in these factories are up to Canadian standards. And that is the case for all of these. We have reviewed their GMPs, standing for Good Manufacturing Practices, for facilities in both China and Malaysia. And should the company introduce manufacturing facilities in any other country, we will have to do the same to make sure that they meet Canadian standards with regard to everything that they do. Just because a product comes from Malaysia does not mean that it is somehow inferior. It does not mean that it is any different than any other product that the company makes. They all meet quality assurance standards. So more answers to the additional questions next week, particularly relating to claims and dosages and so on. But that's enough for one day.